Hello, everyone. My name is Anya, and this is Luminosity Yoga series of videos that I release every month to help you embody the cosmic energies of the lunar cycle and help you balance them, integrate them, understand them from within. I start off by giving you a brief overview of the astrology. And then we go together through a yoga sequence. So you get your own taste and sensory experience of the Gemini lunar cycle this month. So let's start off with the sign of Gemini. It is a mutable air sign. So that means it is the sign that takes you, mutable means takes you from one season to the next. So in this case, it's the last part of spring and it takes you into summer. It is ruled by the planet Mercury, and Mercury itself is to do with communication, travel, transportation, language. It's the messenger, Hermes. It's about perception through our senses, but most of all through our intellect, through our mind. Gemini is also related in tarot to the lovers. So it has, the glyph is actually, you have these two columns that are connected at the top and the bottom. So it looks like a little gate. And you have the same in the tarot card of the lovers. If you know the traditional Rider-Waite deck, you can actually look at it that the lovers are on both sides or either side of the card, and then there is a passage between them. You have the same with the glyph of Gemini, and as a sign it is said to have these two sides that you also see in these symbols and the symbolic picture of it. So it has the duality, also probably like the idea of falling into two pieces. The polarity that at a moment or for a while now we have been experiencing in our world, in our societies, possibly within our circle of friends and people we know. And Gemini is an adaptable sign, being a mutable air sign. It is versatile, flexible, playful, and light. This airy quality is witty and also often associated with the idea of the trickster, like fox or coyote. That's the association I personally have in shamanism. It's about communication, as I already said, and language, and the curiosity of an open mind. Some people say beginner's mind, some people don't really like that term. So let's go with the idea of trying to approach things with an open mind or from a fresh perspective. It's a questioning mind. It likes to gather information, and it is born to spot patterns, to connect people and ideas, and it's said to be persuasive. From the medical astrology perspective, it is associated with twofold body parts, so the hands, the arms, the lungs, and it also rules the entire central nervous system and the left hemisphere together with Uranus, with the planet Uranus. It is connected to the throat chakra, so not only to the lungs, but also the breathing system. and can also be calmed by breathing. So pranayama is a very conducive practice for Gemini, but for all the air signs and for the nervous system in general. It correlates, so that's what it says in the medical astrology book that I have by Jeffrey Wolf Green. He says it correlates to all the transmissions within the body that all involve the body communicating with itself. It's about creative expression. And in the monthly forecast on Astrology Hubs, we always have a moon circle guide. And this time, it's Gary Caton, and he was talking about holding the dualities, these polarities of Gemini. So seeing it as an invitation to actually be with them, and without subscribing to any one of those extremes, and by balancing and integrating possibly the opposites. So out of the two, like a third thing is formed as an alchemy out of two or more than just the sum of one and one. So like a third alchemical element can be formed. And yeah, these are some of the ideas I'd like you to take into the practice. For this particular Gemini lunar cycle, the actual new moon has already passed, but the lunar cycle goes on for the entire month. So it started off on the 30th of May with 9 degrees of Gemini. And on a new moon, it's always the sun and moon are in the same sign, so both were in the sign of Gemini. At the same time, Mars was also conjunct Jupiter in the sign of Aries, which is a cardinal fire sign. So Mars is about how we go out into the world, and Jupiter is the planet that makes everything bigger, which is about expansion and growth. So it gives it a certain, with a Mars, which is also let's say, represents masculine energy, not like the men in general, but our masculine energy, our drive, our willpower, in this very fiery sign of Aries. With Jupiter in Aries, there is we might need to be aware of overdoing things. Could be an inflammatory energy in the body. So if you have inflammation, it might really need to be a time to step back a little and to do some breathing exercises, check your breathing. And it might also show up in internal or external conflicts. I have my Mars in Gemini, so I know quite a lot about that. And if you are one of these people who have a hard time making decisions or are kind of in doubt what might be the right thing to do, yeah, it might be that this cycle you allow yourself to be with that and really sense into that rather than trying to just solve it or do something or take action. So it might be good to really sense into the magic of the sign, because Hermes or Mercury also has that power of transformation, which comes through the alchemy and through the joy that is connected of play and maybe not being so certain all the time. Yeah, so at the same time, the planet Venus is still in Taurus, and Mercury, which has gone retrograde, which many of you may have perceived or experienced, is now also has moved from Gemini back into the sign of Taurus, and it's about to station and go direct again. But it has quite a bit of ground to cover until it really takes off into new territory, which will be kind of around halfway through the month, a little more than that. And so while Mercury and Venus are in Taurus, and both of them connected to the north node of the moon, where we just about a month ago experienced a solar eclipse, it's still a very kind of shaky and rocky ground at the moment. And we might be asked to get by with less, to enjoy the simple pleasures, like me being here on my yoga mat. At the end of the day. And it's been very changeable, very Gemini-like weather here in Berlin. So I don't know what you're experiencing. I'm making the most out of a moment at this point, because it's very uncertain when the next rain pour is to go down. So let's go into the practice. Gemini is also related in a tarot to the number 6. So let's see if we can stay with something around 6 postures, asanas. So let's start by grounding a little bit. The idea of balancing and integrating opposites. Just come sit comfortably. And then it's related, as I said, to the hands, arms, shoulders. So on the inhale, just really draw your shoulders up. And exhale them slowly back and down. Repeat. And slowly rolling them back and down, bringing the shoulder blades together. One more time. And slowly back and down, and then we're going to roll them back and up on the inhale and front and down on the exhale. And breathing deeply as we do this. And then just place the hands on the knees and just taking a moment to ground yourself. Just feel the ground underneath you. See whatever tension there might be, physical tension in the body. Take a deep inhale into it. And on your exhale, let go, release everything down into the earth underneath you. Imagine roots growing from your perineum or tailbone down into the earth, connecting you. Then find where you hold emotional tension. Take a deep inhale into that. And then release it on your exhale. And then just feel where you hold mental tension. Breathe into the head, possibly the brain. Again, releasing it on your exhale, connecting down to the earth from your tailbone. Let the in and exhale come through the nose. So inhaling fresh energy into the body, drawing it up the spine to the crown of the head. Again, on every exhale, releasing stress, tension, and the energies of other people, whatever doesn't serve you right now at this point. Just repeat that, take a few deep in and exhales. Bringing the next inhale all the way up to the crown of the head. Imagine someone pulling you very lightly up from the crown. And then exhale again, just bringing everything down, letting everything evaporate into the earth underneath you and rooting down from the tailbone or the perineum. 2 more like this. And then inhale, open your eyes, bring your arms up. And exhale, bring the hands together in front of the heart. And again, deep inhale. Imagine just bringing all the energy up and then Exhale down into the body and into the heart. And again, inhaling up. Exhaling, bringing the hands together in front of the heart, and we start with 3 rounds of Take a deep exhale. And inhale for the Om. And bow your head to your heart and set an intention for this lunar cycle in Gemini in the sign of the twins. And as an idea, go with the invitation to hold the polarities and to allow to integrate something new by holding them. A new third path or aspect, substance. And bring that into the body with your breath. And rub your hands together, creating some heat. And then cup your eyes with your palms very gently. Take a few deep in and exhale. And then one more time, rub them together. And then place your hands so that your fingertips touch the pit here at the throat, the base of the throat where the collarbones meet. Jade pivot, it's called in acupuncture point here. Very important. And just breathing here. Finding space in the lungs, in your heart. And then bringing your hands down, and we start with Nadi Shodhana, alternate nostril breathing. So you take your right hand with the left hand, so bring the thumb and the little finger, see if you can touch with the thumb the base of the little finger, yeah, or you can also bring the thumb and the little finger together. So that's the mudra for Mercury. And then take your right thumb to the right nostril, and take the ring finger of the right hand to the left nostril so you can close them easily. Sit upright. Just bring your shoulders, align your shoulders with your hips. Close your eyes and feel the length from the tailbone to the crown of the head, chin very slightly tucked. Just sense the breath at both nostrils. Then close your right nostril, inhale through the left. At the end of the inhale, close left, exhale through the right. Inhale through the right. Bring the breath to the third eye in your mind, and then exhale, close right, exhale through the left. This is one round. We do 5 more rounds. Inhaling through the left, to the third eye. Closing left, exhaling right. Inhaling right to the third eye. Closing right, exhaling left. 4 more. See if you can release the tension in the hands, the elbows, the shoulders. And then finishing up the last round. Exhaling through the left, bringing both arms down. And then come front. You can sit on your heels. You can also place a pillow underneath you, or you can sit between your legs. Yes, so only if that's available. You can also place a bolster underneath you. Bring your arms out to the sides. Bring your right elbow on top of your left arm. And you can either interlace your hands, or you can just stretch out the upper arm and then pull down the outside of your right shoulder. So you have a little bit of muscular tension, and draw the shoulders down. Breathe deeply into the rib cage, into the shoulders. Deep inhale here. Bring the arms up. Interlace your fingers, stretch them out. And exhale, bring them down, and then bring the other elbow on top. And again, you can either interlace the hands like this in eagle arms, or you can just stretch out the left arm and bend the right one. And drawing the shoulders down so you can feel the stretch here on the outside of the shoulders. Breathing deeply into the shoulder blades. Excellent. Inhale again, just stretching the arms up. And bringing the ribs in. Really full breath into the rib cage. Really lift the rib cage up. And you can just go from side to side. 2 times gently. Just opening up the space on the sides. And then you come front on all fours. And then inhale, bring the chest front, not so much from the chin, more from the heart. Exhale, tuck your toes under, bring your seat to your heels, really stretching out the whole rib cage again. So keep your arms engaged, roll up with a round back on your inhale. And on your exhale, come up into downward facing dog. Come up on the heels and just take a moment to stretch out the back of your legs. And of course, you can take more time for the asanas. So it should be like a moderate pace of moving for Gemini or Mercury style yoga. Roll the shoulders away from the ears, release the neck, take some deep breaths into your neck. Bend the knees, activate the muscles above the knees, and then just walk to the front of your mat. And just take a moment here to hang. You can grab the elbows from below, let go of the head. And then shake everything out. You can pucker your lips and just release any tension from the day. And then slowly rolling up one vertebra at a time. And bringing your arms with you, really, again, opening the chest. And bringing the feet together possibly. So just interlace the fingers and bring the index fingers together. And then just go over to the right. And breathing deeply into the side. Into the rib cage. Inhale, coming up and going over to the other side. And again, just enjoying the stretch, and you're like a little arch. Yeah, so we always have these two sides, left and right, front and back. Inhale here. And then exhale, bring the hands in front of the heart. We're just going to do a little sequence. Inhale, bring the arms up. And exhale, come into forward fold. Inhale, half forward fold, bend your knees, and then ground your hands, step back. Your left foot, front foot goes out a little, so feet hip width distance. You can keep your back knee bend as you come up on your inhale. Take a moment here to breathe. Bring your arms out to the sides. Bring your left arm forward. Yes, you have a little twist here, twisting from the whole waist. And then you bring your back arm on your back leg. And you just a little arch. So just watching the lower back. Don't put too much pressure. You can bend the back knee if you like. Breathing deeply. It's more like enjoying the breath here. And the left hand next to the right foot. Bring the right arm up. Inhale. And you can move the upper arm, circling. And then again, inhale, coming up. Straightening the front leg, placing the back foot on the mat, and coming into a Trikonasana. So open again, open the arms. Make sure your back toes face in a little bit. Arms on height of your shoulders. And then really pull the hip back and just find that sweet triangle posture. Again, opening the lungs, but protecting the lower back. So just pull the ribs in, pull the belly in, fill the lower back with breath. You can move the upper hand, breathe into it. And then inhale, coming up. And bend the front knee for a warrior two, but we don't dwell. We're not going to dwell, we're just going to move back into downward facing dog. Inhale, coming into plank. And then knees, chest, and chin. And coming into a small cobra. Roll the shoulders back, lift the heart, open the collarbones. Exhale, bring the forehead down. And then you can come up on all fours or plank all the way back into downward facing dog. Bend the right knee, twist to the left, and look up at the sky under your left armpit. Inhale back to center, and then change sides, opening the sides of the body again. Come back to center. Inhale, left leg up. Exhale, left leg front. And again, just take a moment to check the feet, hip width distance. Inhale, coming up, sense your breathing. And just find peace, tranquility in the breath. Just connecting to it. Opening the arms and twisting from the waist. And breathing deeply again. If it's too much for the lower back, keep your back leg bent. And then bring your back arm onto the back leg. And just coming into an arch. Breathing deeply. And again, deep inhale, bring the arms up. Bring the right arm down. Coming into a twist. And again, you can move the upper hand. And then inhale. Find your way back up. Straighten the front leg. And then again, place your back foot flat on the ground and just make sure the back toes turn inwards a little bit. Inhale here. And then coming into Trikonasana on the other side. Again, just enjoy opening the lungs. Filling the lower back, breathing into the heart. And then come back into plank position. Knees, chest, chin. Coming into a small or high cobra. And finding your way back into downward facing dog. Again, just take a moment to breathe deeply. Inhale, bring your right leg up. Exhale, step your right leg forward. Inhale here. And then we're going to take a step front. We're going to lift the back leg. So bring the hands forward, coming up on the fingertips. Bring the left leg up. And then bend the front knee and also the back knee and just coming into a seated twist posture. Yes, if that was too complicated, right leg is on top. You can also straighten out the leg underneath, or you just keep it in that twist. And then bring your left arm up and come into that beautiful Matsyendrasana twist. And so breathing deeply here into the lungs. Then really gently easing your upper body up and out of the hips and grounding down through the sitting bones. And again, just bring the right arm front. And step front again. Bring that left leg back. And the right one as well. Inhale, coming into plank. Knees, chest, chin. Your variation of cobra or upward dog. And finding your way back into downward facing dog. Left leg up on your inhale. And left leg front on your exhale. Stay here for a moment, just preparing again for your twist. Breathing deeply. And bring the fingers front a little bit, bring the back foot up. And then just bending the front knee and the back knee. Just find your way down into a seated posture. And again, you can also straighten the right leg and just bend the left one. And then again, come into this side, Matsyendrasana. So pull that left sitting bone down and bring that leg close. So what we want to do in a twist, we're trying to encourage the digestive system. So it's like a little massage for it. And that's why we bring the digestive system and the thigh very close and breathe deeply into it. Inhale here. And then exhale. Just sit back and just bring the legs front. Inhale here, bring the legs up. Exhale, bring them over to the right. Look over your left shoulder. Breathing deeply. Inhale, bring the legs up. Exhale, bring the legs over to the left and look over your right shoulder. Inhale, bring the feet back to center. Place them onto your mat and then slowly roll down one vertebra at a time. We're just going to take a moment to level the hips, feet under the knees. And then we're just going to roll up quickly on the inhale into a shoulder bridge, just releasing, again, any stress tension in the shoulders here, just breathing deeply. You can place the arms on the mat. You can interlace the fingers if that works better for you. If you have injuries, just go very easy on the shoulders. You might want to even release the arms, place palms facing up, or you can bring them very close to your body. So just choose your own adventure here. And breathing deeply. And then very slowly just bringing the upper, middle, lower back down. Moving back a little bit on the mat. And then bringing the arms out to the sides. Bring your knees into the chest. Inhale here. And then bring both knees over to the right. You can place the right hand on the top knee and then look at your left hand. If for some reason you have problems with the neck, you can choose where you want to look. You can also look up or to the right leg. Again, breathing deeply and bringing the breath into the upper chest. On the inhale and bringing it down into the pelvis on the exhale. Inhale, bring it back. Exhale over to the other side. Let your ribs melt into the ground underneath you. And then inhale, come back to center. And then exhale, come into a short Shavasana. Letting go of any stress and tension, just feeling the earth underneath you. And just sense the entire back of the body melting into the earth. And then take a deep in and exhale. Start to move your hands and feet. And then stretch out. Place the feet onto the mat in front of you and roll onto your favorite side into fetus position. And then slowly find your way back up into a seated posture. Place one hand onto the belly and the other one onto the center of your chest, the heart chakra. And again, just take a moment to connect to your breathing without force, without judging. Think about something you're thankful for today and just feel that in your heart and in your entire body. And with that in mind, and with the idea of Gemini in mind, we close with 3 rounds of arm. Take a deep exhale. And inhale. And then bow your head to your heart and dedicate the fruits of your practice to all beings without one exception. And thank you for joining me. Namaste. If you have enjoyed the practice, I appreciate a like and a comment, and also if you share the video with other people. And please come and join me for the next month for the lunar cycle in Cancer. Again, my name is Anya, and this series of videos is called Luminosity Yoga. And I very much appreciate you coming here today.